Howdy Ramblers! It's
Free Beer Friday. A few episodes ago, we talked about recipe calculations, and if you want to see that, just click right here on the beer.
And today we're going to be talking about water chemistry, and there are two main aspects that we're interested in. And the alkalinity is related to the softness and hardness of the water, which is important for mashing and efficiency. You know, how much sugar you get out of it.
The darker beers tend to prefer being mashed in harder waters because the roasted malts have a different pH when they're combined with the water than unroasted malts.
And the chloride to sulfate ratio accentuates, the malty versus hoppy beer.
More chloride will make the beer bring out the malty flavors, and more sulfate in the water will make the beer bring out the hoppy flavors.
We actually use 6 different types of salts that are put into the water to help that flavor come about. There's chalk, gypsum, calcium chloride, Epsom salt, table salt, and baking soda.
And these minerals and salts ions that go into the water also affect the yeast health. We use a spreadsheet called the Easy Water spreadsheet that someone graciously developed and shared online. So it's pretty easy to use. You need to know the color of the beer you're trying to make. You need to know the amount of water you'll be using for your mash, for your different steps. And you need to know about the chemistry of the water you're using. Ours looks a little bit like this. See, you got happy children swimming. They're not dying. And this nice report tells you numbers that you can plug in, which are usually good enough to work with.
There's also water profiles, which are great because you can look up profiles from famous brewing regions so you can get the exact taste you're going for. So if you want to brew a stout from Ireland, you can look that up and see where Guinness's water works.
And what we're going to do now is a little taste test.
Here we are!
Alright. We got Stiegel. This is from Salzburg, Austria.
Open.
Polliner Premium Pils, which is brewed in Munich. Radeberger is another German, and this is, Dresden. This is another German Konig Pilsner, and it is brewed in Duisburg.
Duisburg. You know you want to go there and drink their beer.
And then finally, the origin of Pilsner, which is in Czech Republic. And we have the Pilsner Urquell.
Interesting. And I'll try this one.
But the Urquell, you can tell, it does actually completely lack a mineral sharpness that is present in some of these to differing degrees.
It also has a really nice head. I don't know if you can see that, but some of the other beers don't have a head at all. So that's interesting.
I'd say the Polliner is really dry, so that makes it taste a little more watery. But it's got a little tiny bit of, you can kind of tell that the tang is there. And you're right that the Radeberger doesn't have very much at all.
By far the most complex come in second to the Pilsner, but they're night and day as far as tastes, which is interesting.
With this, it smells a little malty.
And this one smells hoppy. I mean, this one smells malty, but
I wouldn't say that the malty characteristics are accentuated. And our water is very devoid of minerals, not unlike the Czech water. It's easiest for us to brew amber ale, but it's an amber ale that doesn't bring out a lot of the hoppy characteristics. So even when we brew an amber ale, we're usually adding some gypsum or something, some sulfate to give it some bite. Well, Pilsner is a classic European style lager that a lot of other styles of lagers have tried to imitate. Originates from the Czech Republic, and you should familiarize yourself with a few true specimens.
And next time we're going to be talking about prepping water.
That's right. Dechlorination, filtering, measuring your water, everything you need to get ready before the next step, moving to the mash.
Until then, ramble on.
Cheers.